If they did something good between the regressive left and the authoritarians, between the power structure, the media, the politicians, all that, they did wake this thing up. And that's why me and you can sit here and do this and still have a drink after and agree and disagree and whatever, and you did a good sell job. You didn't bring me all the way, but you lay out an interesting case, and that's what I'm interested in hearing.
Yeah.
You know, and so they did do something because they got all of the people that are in this mix now that we talk about all the time, you know, from Rogan and Christina Hoff Sommers and, you know, Sam Harris and Majid and all of these people all over the map have woken up. So that, to me, is the takeaway that I can feel good about with this, regardless of who becomes president, regardless of the political end of this, is that we're here and we're doing this. And that's what the authoritarians on either side fear the most.
Correct. And I think it's inexorable. I think it is irresistible. If you look at the 1990s, the emergence of political correctness in the 1990s, which was beaten back very successfully by a coalition like us, well, we're the ones doing it now. And although in the 90s, these people, as Christina likes to say, got the assistant professorships and, you know, stayed in tenure in the universities and all the rest of it, had to go away from the media, but never really went away. They just sort of, you know, consolidated their power and returned as social justice warriors. This time, there's so much more on the line for them, because if they break this time, they are breaking. They are losing with the full support of politicians, the media, and academia. And if people rise up now and say this social justice thing, this language policing, this political correctness, safe spaces, trigger warnings, microaggressions, this stuff is horse shit. And if enough people smash its stranglehold on the public square, it will never recover. It will never come back in like this again, because it will lose at the height of its powers. It will lose in its strongest possible form. It will lose, as we say in the internet, in its final form. Social justice cannot get any stronger than it is now. It is at the peak of its powers, and it's losing. And it's losing because people want freedom. They want to be able to do, say, think, be, play, and read anything. And they have the faith in themselves and in other people that they are able to make the best judgments for themselves on what they believe in. They don't need to be told how to speak. They don't need to be told which books to read. They don't need to be told which video games are dangerous. They don't need to be told any of these things. They don't need to be instructed and lectured to by politicians. They don't need to be badgered and hectored by feminists. And they don't need to be lied to by journalists. And people are sick of it. And they are sick of the entire mendacious edifice. And this is what is happening so wonderfully right now with people like us and all the other conversations that are happening in cultural libertarian movement and in what I call Generation Trump and Daddy and all this kind of stuff. The fun, mischievous, trolly element on the internet. What is behind all of this, the heart of all of this, is that rejection, that fundamental rejection of the idea that somebody else knows better than I do how I should live my life.
Man, you know how to give a closing argument.
That was really good, right?
That was no cue cards over there at all.
In the hands of professionals here.